Look at you, clicking on this video knowing damn well there are spoilers here. Get your ass out of here. I'm gonna give you 3 seconds. Before this, it was supposed to be season 4 review, but let's be honest, nothing really that crazy happened in season 4 until the end. That last episode was kind of fire though, but let's disregard that, right? We're here, Infinity Castle, the fucking, that sound is so fire. But anyway, let's talk about the movie. Now, of course, you have probably seen so many people talk about it because, oh well, there are so many spoilers, flashbacks. Even during my first watch in the movie theater, I was like, okay, the flashbacks are kind of, the timing of it, it's really like my main issue with the flashbacks was, now mind you, I'm familiar with Demon Slayer, okay? I've watched season 1, 2, 3, and 4. I get it. After a demon gets killed, they usually give them a backstory. Notice how I just said how after they get killed, not during the fucking fight. I don't want to sound like, you know, I'm this meathead Dragon Ball fan, which I am. The thing is, they know what they're doing. They would tease us with the most beautiful animation ever. I'm talking about this is the prettiest anime film of all time. I don't care what nobody says. There's nothing that comes even close. But why would you give me like a sneak peek of Shinobu, right? She's fighting and then all of a sudden they stop and then go to a flashback. And then it's a generic backstory too. It's nothing like where I'm like, oh wow, hold on, this is super interesting to know about. I'm like, bro, this is like anime 101. And I noticed that in the last season 3, where they had the flashbacks with the Mist Hashira and them, right? A bit basic. I let it go. I was like, okay, you know, it's probably just a one-off season. I know, you know, Demon Slayer doesn't really have this complex story, which I mean, the first 2 seasons, you could have fooled me. You know what I mean? I felt like the story in the first 2 seasons were pretty like, it was holding its own. It wasn't like, okay, season 3 definitely took a dive in story, except for the end where Nezuko, you know, goes to the sun. I love that part. But besides that, it was so like predictable, basically. And then season 4 was just the training arc. Now we get to this movie and I'm like, why are they doing this? Give me either the flashback at the start of the fight or at the end. Why are we doing this middle thing and then like trying to, like, it's just, it doesn't make sense. It kind of takes away from being immersed, in my opinion. Now, if you enjoy the flashbacks, all power to you. Not trying to hate on the movie. The movie is maybe 7 or 8 out of 10. I don't know. Like, it's around that time. I thought that was like the main issue. It's just like the flashbacks, the way you place them. We're all here to see like good animation, of course. We're here to see a good fight. And then you can put the story right there. Now, at first, I thought it was just like a movie issue. Then I went to the manga to see like, okay, let's see, is it the same? Does it hold up? And it's exactly the same. That's why I've kind of felt like this should have been probably better as a season rather than a movie. What if they have done season 3 as a movie instead of this? Because I felt like season 3 kind of made more sense in terms of like story-wise, wasn't really too much happening. But like, just imagine the flashbacks in season 3 were very, very like little compared to what we had in this movie, because you got to realize they're trying to compensate for an entire season of story in 2.5 hours. And I felt like the movie Loki was a bit too long, but that's besides the point. Like, regardless, the animation, the soundtrack was fucking amazing, right? Like, I had goosebumps just off of that alone. When Giyu pulled up against Akaza, had the mark on his face. Oh my, but bro, the stuff that I was seeing, I was like, okay, you know what, bro? I had to delete TikTok. No, I'm not even like too heavy on there. Not even going to engage in those conversations talking about some comparing Akaza's backstory to Obito. No, please, man. This Obito didn't die for this shit, man. He didn't die for that. To get compared to Akaza's basic backstory. I'm sorry, bro. Like, this might be a hot take to y'all, but like, I'm sorry, bro. Everything in his backstory was so predictable. At the end, they really were trying to act like he wasn't that evil person that he was. The man killed thousands of people, and now you're trying to tell me he's going back to his family just like everything is normal? No, I'm not about to fall for that, bro. I'm not about to feel bad for you, because this is like feeling bad for Frieza. Now, I know Frieza's way more evil than him and everything. I guess, you know, you can make the argument like, oh, well, he didn't really have a choice and stuff like that, but I mean, he kind of did. When Muzan put his hand through this dude Muzan pulled up on him and was like, you know, bro, hand through your head. What you gonna do about it? And then he gave him a choice. Either you're going to take the blood and then become a demon, or you're just going to die. He made the choice. He became a demon, forgot all his memories, I guess. And then suddenly a fight from Tanjiro and you know, Giyu made him remember everything. The one thing I'm kind of really annoyed that Demon Slayer is going this direction is plot. The plot has been plotting, if you know what I mean. Even in the movie, like, who is Shinobu talking to? How is she getting reached by her? We don't really get no explanation for that. I mean, even at season 3, I realized, okay, yeah, the story's about to probably, you know, go like this. And that's exactly what happened, because the first 2 seasons, there was some plot right there, you know, involved. We can argue that, sure, but nothing as crazy as whatever happens after that. Tanjiro remembering suddenly how his dad was oral farming against the bear, and then now he's using that, like, how, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I let it go. At this point, I understand. Demon Slayer is a spectacle. I'm here to watch the cool fight, cool animation, slightly generic backstories, but you know, bro, it's all good. We have a good time regardless, right? I was willing to take a step back until I seen Akaza fight with Tanjiro. I had to say something about this, bro. This dude Tanjiro went to swing for Akaza, right? He loses his sword in the process. That was a cool moment. He punches him into a flashback. Oh my God. And then we just came off of a flashback. I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing? And where was this when he was fighting Rengoku? This dude Tanjiro has been, I told you about this last time, bro. He is better than Hashira's at this point. This man has whooped Akaza. I mean, Akaza kind of just killed himself, let's be honest. But this is like Naruto levels of memes that are going on right now. How people try to say that Naruto does a lot of flashbacks, but even like Demon Slayer does pretty good flashbacks. Like the timing of it just kind of like pisses me off. You can put the same amount of flashbacks, I promise you. Just put them either at the start of the fight or at the end. Do not put the shit in the middle and try to like break up sections. It doesn't really make any sense. What you eat for breakfast, you don't just put it into lunch. Like you're not trying to like split up nothing. Like I don't even know if that made sense. And I get it, the manga did the same, but I felt like for the movie, that could have probably done a better job, in my opinion. But the movie, oh my goodness, I would go, bro, what? I'm telling you right now, you have to watch this in theaters, bro. You have to. I don't care, bro. If you're gonna watch it, or like even reading it, the manga does not hit the same, bro. The animation is too amazing. The soundtrack, you're gonna have to be standing up on your seat. Regardless of what I've said about the flashbacks, if you can disregard that, like it's not even that bad, especially if you actually enjoy the story and if you, I guess, didn't predict what was going to happen in those flashbacks, you're gonna have a really good time. And I even had a great time. I give, like I said, 7 out of 10 or even 8 out of 10, depending on, you know, what day I feel like. But I do gotta say, you know, there were some parts where I actually did not expect that was going to happen. Like Akaza just punching himself. I was like, okay, that's interesting. Zenitsu, bro. Season 4, he left off like super pissed off and he was so focused and everything, and we didn't really know why. And now he went there. He talked to this guy. He was also like a student of his grandpa, and then he was supposed to be the next one. He was supposed to be the successor of his grandpa, some shit like that. And then we find out the grandpa killed himself. What? That was so unexpected. They showed it too. And I was like, whoa, this is okay. Hold on, let me sit up. Let me see the backstory right here. And then it was another one of those like, oh, he's supposed to be better than me, and how could that happen? He can't even control nothing, and he can do that. I'm like, okay. I'm not trying to say that, oh, just get rid of the flashbacks and then everything will be great. No. If we just had the fights, it wouldn't be as great. Because even when we had the Rengoku fight, the story made it so special because we knew about it and everything. Like, I'm trying to enjoy one part at a time, you know what I mean? Don't just try to take me in and out. That took away from my immersiveness. I kind of wish the whole part of Akaza's backstory was after he died and not during the fight when, like, some dude put him on his shoulder and then he tried to fight back and stuff like this. I would have rather enjoyed him punch himself and then give me everything about the backstory. Because they try to, like I said, put it in the middle. But I was actually okay with that because that was the last fight. It was Akaza. It made sense. But I'm talking about like even the Shinobu fight, the other stuff. Hypothetically, let's say if they were to release this movie as a season, I think this would have been probably, I would have enjoyed it more. Genuinely, because you got to realize they would have probably spent an episode on the flashback and the next episode probably a fight. That's how I would have thought it. And then with that beautiful animation, so I feel like this one should have been a season. Imagine how fire that would have been. That would have been so much better in my opinion. Just for this season alone, maybe the next movie is going to be way better. Let me stop mentioning the flashbacks. Let's talk about the actual movie, bro. The movie was so good, bro. Starting off with Shinobu going crazy like that. Beautiful idea. Like, I was immersed immediately like that. And then the animation. I don't remember everything that happened, but when Akaza showed up and everything, you felt the movie change and like you felt the sudden urgency and that there's so many things going on at once. They killed this. They really did. Like from the start to the finish, the way they started off with Shinobu, then the middle part was Zenitsu, even like Giyu and Tanjiro's dynamic. It was funny as hell as well. Like the comedy was really placed really good. And now I got to see what else I got to watch. We got Snowfall done, Demon Slayer done. My Hero is coming back next week, so, you know, probably gonna pick that up. Go watch Demon Slayer, bro. Go watch that shit, bro. Like, the speakers, bro, it should be like thumbing, bro. And the fucking crow, that shit scared me in the movie, bro. I was like, who are you talking to? Let me spoil the movie real quick. Okay, so yeah, Shinobu dead. Who else died? Akaza dead. Hey, I saw somebody trying to hate on Shinobu for being, like, almost weak because she died to the upper two. I'm like, bro, it's literally the upper two. That's a whole different level, bro. I can't wait to see everybody else and how the show is gonna end. But yeah. See you next time. Take care.